Alright guys, thank you for joining me once again. My camera on I'm using my phone. My phone does this weird thing because it's got a crack in the screen. And look, I'm touching an angel. It's late at night. I had a really busy day and I've got a really busy day tomorrow. So I wanted to go ahead and shoot this and get this out of the way. So like I said, it's late at night and I'm just enjoying my little nightcap here. That's good. And, alright, so point of this. I bought a new grinder, and if you've watched my other stuff and you've heard me talk about it, I've been using a bench sander to grind out my knives, and it works, but it's not ideal in the slightest. The problem is that it's spinning, but you can't actually hold a blade on the plane and get a nice bevel. You have to actually work it vertically almost on the rounded edge to get a good bevel, and it's a lot harder to control. It's a lot harder to just achieve overall. So I bought this grinder, and what's funny, I'm gonna unbox it and go over it and everything. What's funny is I read the description and everything, and it said 1-inch belts, and in my head I didn't really put two and two together and understand that a 1-inch belt meant that it's literally a 1-inch wide belt. So it's a very, very small grinder. So it goes well with I've got my tiny forge, I've got my tiny crucible, and now I've got my tiny little grinder. So but for what I'm doing, it's gonna work out fine. So I'm not worried about that. I'm happy with it. I know where I can get belts for it for a reasonable price. I can get like a pack of multiple grits for a reasonable price too, so that's cool. So we're going to be using my wrench knife to unbox this thing. If you haven't seen that video, please check it out. I'm going to be making some more of these as well soon. And yeah, so I just want to get into this and see what this looks like. So without further ado, we're going to unbox my new grinder after a drink. Alright, so I've already opened the Amazon box, so we're just going to go for this here. So these I bought separate. These are some extra belts. These are carbide, silicone carbide. So this is, I haven't opened the grinder yet. I haven't looked at it at all. But these belts, I've got a variety pack of grit. But look at how small they are. Those are so tiny. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. But it will work. Alright, so now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this here endeavor. Alright. Wrench knife in hand. It's a good thing wrench knife is sharp. So I would hate to show you guys a knife I made that wasn't sharp. That would just be completely uncool. Alright, what are we gonna do? Oh, they sent me some belts too. Some belts that look way too small. That's interesting. So these are definitely not as long as the other belts, so hopefully I didn't make a mistake here. We got another box in the box. Alright, so this is the power supply, and this is actually a power supply for a notebook computer. It looks like. What did I buy? Alright, so this is actually, it's called a Kkmoon grinder. You can find it on Amazon. It was only 58 bucks. I don't like, I buy a lot of cheap stuff on Amazon. I don't expect the best of the best, you know, when I'm spending minimal amounts of money. So let's take a look at this. Oh my God, open. Let's see exposed wires. I don't want to damage anything. We also don't have the patience for the stacking job. All right. So here we have my tiny grinder. My super tiny grinder. I feel like this thing is gonna be like super quiet. All right, how does this work here? But why these long belts? This I don't understand. So the belts that come with it make perfect sense. That would go directly around there. How is this belt supposed to go on there? This belt is like 3 times as long. Alright, so why would they suggest these? Suggest this as a frequently bought with item. This is not the right goddamn belt. There's no possible configuration of me serpentining this through here that would result in this fitting. There's absolutely none. Absolutely none whatsoever. This is extremely too long. I'm going to have to return these because there is no way possible that these will work with this machine. Yes, they are 1-inch belts. Beyond that, that's not gonna fit ever. There's nothing I can do. I mean, I could cut this and glue it, but why the hell would I do that? All right, so I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy. So, and that's not the manufacturer's fault. The manufacturer had absolutely nothing to do with this mistake. This is purely on Amazon. So something in that algorithm needs to change there. This should never be, unless I'm an idiot and there's some way to do this with this grinder. These red label belts should never be suggested for a grinder that's this big. This is too small to take these belts. There's a screw right here that comes undone, and that would actually attach this plate to the front, and I can adjust the angle of this plate to meet whatever I need. It will grind. This laptop power supply I'm not so sure about, but you know, I try to give everything the benefit of the doubt. I am a calm, reasonable man. I am a calm, reasonable man. So I can change the voltage to the motor. I'm assuming that by doing so I can increase or decrease the speed. So I'm going to start at 12 volt. Does it have instructions? So that this wheel adjusts, obviously, for being able to put the belts on and off. All right, here we go. Ready? That is the quietest thing I've ever heard. Okay. I don't feel like this has a lot of power at all. I don't feel like this is going to be giving me some good beveling on knives. I do appreciate you for watching. Please check out my Instagram. Again, my Instagram is father_for_and_forge. My Instagram is father_and_forge. And you can also check me out on Patreon. My Patreon is patreon.com/fatherandforge, one word. If you do go to my Patreon, I am looking for suggestions as to what kind of content would be available to my patrons. So let me know in the comments. Hit me up on Instagram, whatever. I appreciate any feedback whatsoever. All right, as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and check out my Instagram and check out my Patreon. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video.